Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And please excuse this morning, I'm struggling with a cold. Everybody around here, Cole and everybody, I've had to say, I'm sorry for being a little hard to get along with today, and they're trying to figure out what's the difference. They're trying to figure out what's the difference of today and any other day, but they're just going with it. And I want to thank Lisa this weekend for putting up with me. And yes, all the jokes out there. Yes, we sympathize with her for putting up with you. But actually, I did not feel well this weekend, and so I want to thank everybody for putting up with BKP. Now, first of all, I want to make sure it's clearly understood that at all times, my only interest is the citizens. And the reason I say that is I have no interest in anything personal on any county government whatsoever. That's not me. That's not the interest I have. They have to be good stewards of your money. It's your money. They cannot lose focus. Elected officials cannot lose focus that they are there to serve you, do the business of the citizens, and they should be able to answer for everything that happens. That's all I'm saying. Now, we run into an interesting situation, and that I'm touching on, and it's called the third rail of Fannin County. It's the third rail of Fannin County. Now, I have been warned about the third rail. It's come down to me how dangerous touching this third rail could possibly be for me. I'm serious. I've gotten all this. But when Donald Trump said, drain the swamp, and you cheered, the voters cheered. He was saying to you, drain the swamp in your local communities. Also, don't put this all on my back to go to Washington, D.C. If Donald Trump, every time you cheer that Donald Trump stands up to John Lewis, every time you cheer that Donald Trump stands up to Paul Ryan, that Donald Trump stands up to Chuck Schumer, every time you cheer about that, and he has the nerve to do that, but yet you're not doing it in your local community and getting involved in your own swamp, because you all have one out there, then you know what? You're missing the mark of what he said. So I have been told that discussing the county attorney, Lynn Doss, and Fannin County was like touching the third rail. Well, first of all, I am prepared for what may come my way. I've heard it all before. Second, I have no fear of it. Absolutely no fear of it whatsoever. Okay? Third, I can't be recalled. Well, I can't be recalled, right? That has happened. Though one time somebody touched the third rail, was an elected official, and, Lynn Doss led the way. My understanding, what I understand, she led the way in having the chairman recalled so she could be reinstituted as county attorney. That's my understanding. And she was. So that being said, why am I interested in this subject? Because Fannin County citizens have a county attorney that you cannot tell me that the county attorney is Doss and Associates, which is Lynn Doss. 20 years, approximately 20 years. Okay. Lynn Doss, when I asked, these should be some simple questions that get answered. Who came up with $5,708.34 to be the compensation of Doss and Associates from Fannin County Board of Commissioners on a monthly basis? No one could tell me. No one could tell me. No one could tell me at what meeting that was voted in, at what time it was agreed to. I'm serious. I've asked. What commissioner said, we'll go with that? The best I could figure is just Dawson Associates decided that was the bill, they send it, and you pay it, the citizens. Not Stan Helton, the chairman. Not anybody, you pay it, the citizens. But no one could tell me how you came to that number. All right? Second, no one can totally tell you how much she gets an hour for the county. Because Dawson Associates sends an invoice that says January 2017, $5,708.34, and that's it. I have asked multiple times. See, people may think that I'm just now looking into this. No, I have 2015. I've done story after story on this show. This is not something I just took up. No one could tell me why she does not itemize her bill. No one. I've asked post commissioners. I've asked the current chairman, Stan Helton. I asked the previous chairman, Bill Simonds. Nobody will even talk about it. Why this attorney does not itemize her bill. So the citizens don't know how much they pay an hour. They do not even know what services are provided for this, period. No itemized bill. I've asked over and over. I have asked multiple times for a service agreement between the county and Dawson Associates. No one has one. Current commissioner doesn't have one. I've sent an open records request. I've sent multiple ones. And Ms. Doss sent me an answer to that. There is no service agreement between Doss and Dawson Associates, Lynn Doss or Harry Doss, and Fannin County Board of Commissioners. There's no agreement. As noted to you on previous occasions. Because she tells me, as noted to me on previous occasions, because I've asked, there is not a contract or service agreement with Fannin County. Why not? Now, I'm bringing you up to that because I'm being told I'm not even supposed to ask. I actually have emails that say, you're going nowhere. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too dumb to figure out that, I don't understand the fear of these people. I really don't. Maybe I'm just that dumb that I don't understand. I don't know what they know for 20 years. That no one's allowed to ask for why they get paid what they get paid, why they don't itemize their invoices, why they don't send itemized invoices, how much they get an hour, why there's no contract with the county attorney, or why the first business meeting of the year in the county that no one votes her in. I have put samples together in my article on FetcherNews.com, Fannin County. I have put samples together of other counties. Now, I did not do a survey of every county in the state of Georgia, all right? Did not. But I did a survey of several surrounding counties. And on the agenda, the first business items of the year to be taken care of are to reappoint the county clerk, because they're your legislative liaison to the state, and reappoint your county attorney. You just call and check, not Fannin County. They just dare you to ask. Don't ask no questions, okay? Don't ask, don't tell in Fannin County. I'm not understanding what this individual may know. I don't know. I've asked myself, what's this individual know, or what is the problem that the citizens can't be aware? Now, before I get further into the story that I wrote, because I do think something illegal has possibly happened in the county that should be reviewed. It should happen. That's what I think. Before I get further into what I wrote, I don't understand why they don't do this, all right? And I have asked multiple times, why? And no one will answer me. So I am wondering why the citizens can't find out the details behind the county attorney in Fannin County, who she represents, and what the deal is. I listened to other counties prepare their year with an agreement for their county attorney. And yes, if you Google, there are counties, there's a county that paid over $200,000 to their county attorney, and they're looking to get rid of their county attorney and do something in-house. This is something that comes up all the time, but it's public. For some reason, this is not public. And some reason we're not supposed to talk about it. Now, there was a lot of anger, upset feelings, people mad, public comment about the chairman, Bill Simonds, spending over $4,500 at any given time without having to get approval. So the chairman's spending authority was a big deal, a very big deal. So on September 22nd, 2015, the Fannin County Commissioners amended their county charter by what is called Home Rule. And they made the spending authorities for the chairman to be $4,500. So let me just break this down. Home Rule is a law, all right? Home Rule is a law. If you go, you can read the entire Home Rule, fetchernews.com. You can read the entire Home Rule. We have posted a copy of there. An ordinance to amend the local act governing Fannin County, a political subdivision of the state of Georgia, okay, with respect to the spending authority of the chairman and to provide for purchase in excess of said spending authority by the board, okay? So they set a $4,500 spending limit for the chairman. In local home rule, what's called home rule, okay, legislation, and they amended their charter. Your charter, every county charter is a part of the state, okay, the state constitution. You are not allowed to amend your charter that conflicts with Georgia state constitution. It has to be constitutional. So, home rule is signed 9/22/2015, William Simonds, Earl Johnson, Larry Joe Sosby, and Rita Davis Kirby. Why is Rita Davis Kirby's signature on that as the county clerk? She is the legislative liaison. She has to send this to the state and has to make the official amendment to the charter of Fannin County. I'm getting somewhere. I'm just trying to walk you through this. So all three commissioners have signed this local legislation on September 22nd, okay, on September 22nd of 2015. Now, the other part of that is Lynn Doss wrote the home rule. She wrote this. She knows this. She's the attorney that put this in place. We have also put on there a link that you could go to the Georgia State, you could go to the Georgia State Constitution, page 62, and read exactly where home rule is addressed in the Georgia State Constitution. So to me, this is the law, all right? $4,500. So what has been happening is every meeting of the Fannin County Board of Commissioners previously with Bill Simonds, Chairman Bill Simonds, Earl Johnson and Larry Joe Sosby, all of the checks for $4,500 and above have been coming to the meeting. There's been a place on the agenda. It's now time to approve checks $4,500 and over, and they flip through the checks and they approve them. Now, you'll find some checks in those stacks with only one initial or whatever, and people say, well, only one person initial. That's not really what happens. Sometimes one post commissioner will initial, the other one would initial, because that gives the second approval to the chairman. So when you don't see two initials on the check, that's not the most alarming thing in the world, because the one initial, whether it be Earl Johnson's or Larry Joe Sosby, legally gives them the spending authority because that's two people. So all three may not initial the check. Point being is they come there, and at that time they're voted on the $4,500 and they approve it and approve the checks or discuss them in front of the public. Then they are legally able to be sent out according to the home rule that they changed. On December 13th, on December 13th was the last, okay? And December 13th was the last, okay, Fannin County Board of Commissioners meeting, December 13, 2016, for Chairman Bill Simonds. They approved, at that night, December 13, 2016, they approved checks for over $4,500. There was a stack. They approved them. There was no check in that stack for Doss and Associates for $5,708.34. There was no check in that stack that night. All right? It could have been there. But on December 14th, the very next day, a check for $5,708.34, maybe a little extra Christmas money, or maybe some extra money for travel, you know, whatever. I don't know. But a check for $5,708.34 was cut to Doss and Associates on the 14th, not the 13th, when the commissioners approved them, the 14th. I'm going to take a brief break. I'm going to come back. I'm going to wrap this up, tell you what's wrong with that picture or what I see. Cole, take us to break. We'll be right back after these messages. Drain the swamp, Fannin County.